Aloha, Mark J. coming to you from our backyard here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii, living inside our dream. Now, getting this to come true required some creative thinking, some creative planning, some creative execution. So we're definitely creative people. We weren't real specific about what you wanted, but I know that fortune favors the bold, so I decided what we're going to do here, and I think you'll see some value for yourself. But before we do, I want you to get a message to Jeff Walker about Cinco de Mayo. This year, 2015, this coming year, we've sold out in advance, 9 months in advance. Again, our live event. By the way, Jeff, I can show you how to do that. We sold out that live event. Now, in honor of Jeff, because most of that's been driven through our success with PLF, we have a bike ride along the ocean. It's actually on the 5th of May. Jeff, I keep inviting you. Where are you, man? It's a direct flight from Phoenix to here. So let's go, buddy. Pack your bags, get over here. We got a bike. We'll feed you. We'll put you up in an ocean front room. What a deal. Anyway, as far as creativity goes, I think it's important to know that I was actually trained by W. Clement Stone. Now that's really important because I know that you're probably familiar, everybody is, with Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill, has an interesting side story behind it, and that is Hill was neither rich nor famous until he met W. Clement Stone. It was actually Stone that put Hill, quote unquote, on the map and made it the incredible document that it is. And we've used that religiously in every project that we work on. And of course, all good projects that are going to have staying power have to have some creativity in them. Now, in that book, it's pointed out that there's two types of imagination, which is really what I'm sensing you're looking for, some people with imagination. There's synthetic imagination, and this is sort of reformatting or taking ideas and moving them around and formatting them in a different way. There's the synthetic imagination, and there's creative, which is creating something out of nothing, not a previous idea, sort of groundbreaking. On this, quite candidly with you, we don't have any parallel inside our business. We're really able to do this because, according to Stone and Hill, we have a mastermind alliance. Now, this isn't something that people pay to get into. These are very creative people that we work with, and we help them. One of the things that we found about creating content that's really interesting is that most people don't start in the right place. As an education and an English major who's continued to stay up with his education as well as hammer away on synthetic and creative ways to do things, one of the things that we found out when we sit down and talk to people, and we've created trainings for top people with organizations that do 10, 20, 30 million dollars or more a year, done their trainings for them and watched a big bump in their business. And what we find with most of these people is they actually don't know how to create and create and create. And it's really three things. First of all, there's the product itself, okay, the informational product. So you have to create that. And when most people do that, what do? They start with an outline. Okay, they got a couple of ideas and they start with an outline. This is a major mistake. What you really want to start with, the first thing you want to start with is your mission, which is what you want people to think, feel, say, and do, okay? Most people start here. This doesn't really belong until you get, can you see that, baby? It just doesn't, you don't get to the outline until you get down here. Most people start here, which is why it never lives up to the billing, and it inhibits creativity rather than expanding creativity. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I think it's really important if I have you right. So you want to create a mission first. What do you want people to think, feel, say, and do? Now, why is this important? Well, we've sort of gone the other way on two things. I know, Jeff, you like a high price. Jeff, we just gave a product away. We got wind blowing on our lights here. Okay. My wife's freaking out. Anyway, so we've gone the other way. We actually gave a product away, and it turned out to be the biggest and most profitable launch that we've ever had. It's really fantastic, and it's actually expanded threefold this year. And the reason that I'm pointing that out is that W. Clement Stone, who built the largest sales force in history, had a basic rule, and that is the best sales force in the world are satisfied customers. And I know one way to go online is the hook path persuasion way. We went a completely different way where we tell people just the opposite. Up front, it's going to be challenging, it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take some time. 3 cardinal sins. So we knew that we would get less people in, but we had more successful people because of what we're able to do with each video inside each module. In other words, if you can get them to do something with the material that you're sharing with them in a very creative way, which is the second thing. It's creative, is creating the product, and then creating videos inside the module that get people to do something, to get them to believe, to get them confidence up. And most of what we want them to do, what we want them to say is, you got to get this thing, it's incredible. The third thing is creating success. Okay, and this is really important part of what we bring to the table. You see, inside each product that we've ever marketed, and we've done this since 1997, honey, 1998 we started this. What we realized, and Jeff, you talk about a couple of times, or Jeff's talked a couple of times about the hero's journey. I don't think you realize, or anybody realizes, how profound that actually is. So what we want to talk to you about, or what we want to share with you that we actually do, is we create success by changing people's minds. Okay, that's really important. How do we change people's minds? Well, the first thing you have to understand is the self-help industry doesn't really work. If you've studied that at all, then you really know that the subconscious mind makes all the decisions. And until somebody gets in there and reroutes the blueprint or the subconscious mind to the extent that they're going to make different choices, right? Do something differently, that they're going to make different choices. Until you reroute that, then their achievement level when they buy your product, or a product that we create for you, right? A new product that we create for you, when they buy that product, guess what? Their achievement level is preset. So in every product that we've ever developed and things that we've done, by the way, Jeff, we found a very creative way. Hey, we got some rain coming. I just got done swimming, which is why we're a little wet here. But in every product we've ever created for people, we've always included a hardcore personal improvement thing, or self-discovery. And what that does is it builds people's confidence. See, if their achievement level's preset, then you're going to continue to get the same amount of people that don't do anything with your material. Why is that deleterious? Well, we see it a lot of time with people that are launching products and people with network marketing companies and other niches that we're familiar with. They're always reinventing themselves. Why? Because they're not getting the results that we want. That's just the opposite with us. We don't do any advertising at all, and both our customer base and members are happy with us and continue to grow. We have a tremendous conversion rate, very high percentage on conversion of people that view our stuff, virtually 0 returns, and this is really important in terms of creative product because you want to create a mind success. Virtually 0 returns, and now about 70% of our business is driven by satisfied customers. How are we able to do that? Well, we create, like I said, on 3 levels. Not only we know how to create products both synthetically and out of thin air, we know how to create a series of videos so that they'll think, feel, say, and do what we want them to do. Now, how does this actually work? Well, as it turns out, we actually studied for 20 years the adult learning patterns. Okay, and there's actually 7 of them, and the old left brain, right brain idea, left brain, right brain idea, this turns out to be a total myth, and there's 7 ways that people learn. 2 of the 7 ways, Harry will favor 2 of the 7 ways that are different than Joanne's. So when we put products together for people or for ourselves, we make sure that what we put together resonates with all 7 type of learners seamlessly. In other words, each one of these 7 types of learners inside every video that we build or construct or create for other people re-stimulates that type of learner, maybe a mathematical learner, an interpersonal learner, an intrapersonal learner. And I know that this seems complicated, but if you want products created that you don't have to reinvent and reinvent and reinvent and reinvent more products and more products and the version 2.7 and version 8.6 and all that kind of nonsense. There's only one way to do it. Satisfied customers. How do you get them to satisfied? You get more people to do what you want them to do by understanding the adult learning patterns and dealing with people that know how to write to those 7 ways in such a seamless way that people don't really get bogged down with all kinds of complicated techniques or methods. In other words, we keep it really simple. So in essence, what we know how to do is create product, create videos that resonate with the 7 type of people, and create a success mentality by including things like Think and Grow Rich inside there. So while they're learning about the product, they're also learning how to break through their barriers. It's a phenomenal piece of information that most people marketing information products don't get. So I'm going to say it again because it bears repeating, and this is actually scientifically proven, Nobel Prize winning information. The person's achievement level and what they're going to do with your product is preset unless you get in there and show them that inside them is already someone that can achieve more. You can't tell them and motivate them. That stuff doesn't work. It's got to be an inside job. So we usually offer a 12 to 14 week series. Now this is a real bonus that you can include in your material because this is something they take with them forever. And guess what? They tell other people. Greatest sales force in the world? Satisfied customers. How do you get them satisfied? You increase the amount of activity on what you want them to do. They think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread because you're giving something that will open up the avenue to success for them. And when that happens, they go out and execute. And when they execute, you got the greatest sales force in the world and you feel great about yourself. Instead of manipulating people into buying, you are seducing the person to bring the best out in themselves, or what we like to call educing, which is to draw out more potential of themselves. This is what we bring to the table. We'd love to hear from you, but either way, one way or the other, Walker, get on a plane. We have this bike thing for you every year. I think it's only fair that you show up. See what I'm saying? My wife's going, yeah, the fabulous Davine. Okay, hey, see you at the top. Mahalo. Thanks for the time.